march of the soldier, and the violin of the soldier. The violin represents the soul of the soldier. The piano usually represents the devil, and we're not sure what the clarinet represents, I think, because one of the biggest benefactors of Stravinsky at the time was a famous clarinetist. So we have a clarinet too. So the third movement is a small concert. The fourth movement is pretty important. It's three dances: tango, waltz, and ragtime. And Stravinsky at the time had never heard of ragtime, so he has only seen sheet music of what ragtime looks like. And so that's what he imagines ragtime sounds like. And finally, it's the dance of the devil at the end.
After years of war, a soldier named Joseph trudges homeward through a shattered world. Memories of his family, friends, and fiancée are the only thing that give him strength to stumble on. Suddenly, he finds himself at the banks of a sparkling stream and needing some rest. He stops. He sits down and rummages through his pack, and amongst the few worldly possessions he has, he brings out an old brown fiddle. It didn't cost much. The tone is not rich. You have to keep screwing it up to pitch. Joseph deftly tucks the fiddle beneath his chin and starts playing, his weariness completely forgotten. soldier, lost in his music, does not notice as a little old man carrying a butterfly net approaches him from behind. At first, the stranger hides himself and listens attentively. Then, suddenly, he steps closer, and Joseph springs up in alarm. Little does he know that he had just met the devil himself in one of his many disguises.
Give me your fiddle. No. I will give you this book for it then. It's more than a book. It's wealth untold. It tells you things before they happen. You've only to open it. Lo and behold, banknotes, bearer bonds, and gold. But this old fiddle of mine costs only a few bob. Right then. So you've got yourself a real bargain. It's a deal.
The little old man greedily snatches the fiddle out of Joseph's hands and tries to play. But under his fingers, the strings sound like the screeching of hungry cats.
This thing won't play. You must teach me to make it go.
He asks the soldiers to spend a few days teaching him and promises to treat him with new clothes, soft bed, and plenty to eat. He is so persistent. His voice so silken smooth. Mother will worry if I'm late.
It's not the first time she's had to wait.
And my fiancé expects me too.
You'll make it up to her soon. She'll be more pleased when you do. Wine, dine, all found, full bed and board, home in carriage like a lord, 2 or 3 days, a step out of your way, and then you'll be rich as the king of Brunei.
Joseph goes off with the little old man, and everything is as promised. New clothes, steak, and champagne 3 times a day, and a soft bed. A proper treat for a soldier who has endured too much. For 3 days, each shows the other ways of the fiddle, and the way of the magic book. At the end of the 3 days, the devil asks,
Have you any complaints?
and Joseph says, no.
Right you are. Then off we go.
They get inside the carriage waiting for them. And to Joseph's surprise, it is suddenly traveling up in the air, hurtling, rattling, rolling round the sky. Joseph Hare stands on it and here nearly faints.
Have you any complaints? Have you any complaints?
The devil's mad laughter is all around. Faster and faster, up and up they soar, till time stands still. Then, everything is as it was before. The soldier walks the path towards his village. When he approaches the first houses, he notices something strange. Everyone runs away as they see him. That's funny, he thinks, but Mother will know. She sees him coming. She screams and runs away. So then he thinks, there is my fiancé. Married? With 2 children? Hey, the dirty cheat! The dirty, rotten cheat! I know who you are at last. I know what's happened. I know you. I've taken my time about it too. It wasn't 3 days. 3 years have passed. They all take me for a ghost. I am dead among the living. Oh, you dirty, rotten cheat. After lamenting his loss, Joseph remembers about the book and begins to read. The words mean money, more money, and still more money, as much as a man could ever need. He uses it to separate his affairs and then becomes a peddler, a seller of wares, as far as his feet can take him, far, far away from his village. Everything is suddenly easy. Using the devil's book, Joseph quickly amasses great wealth. However, happiness proves elusive. False things, dead, rotten, you buy and sell, they are nothing, just an empty shell. Oh, to still have the things you had before, the real, the true, good things that you have no more, the only things worth having. Saturday evening, weekend plans, watching the village work in its garden, the little boys playing with stones on the ground. You settle down on the grass, and someone fills your glass. Things that are warm inside. The only ones worth having. Joseph wanders the world for years, his soul empty, extinguished. Then, one day, he comes to another land and stops to rest in an inn where he hears the news that the king's daughter is sick, and whoever can raise her from her bed will be given her hand in marriage. Suddenly, a spark of hope crosses Joseph's face. Maybe he can have his little share of happiness after all. He makes his way to the palace gates, but inside the prince's chambers, the devil awaits him. This time, he is disguised as a virtuoso violinist and holds tightly onto Joseph's old fiddle. In the instant he sees his tormentor, Joseph realizes he can never run away. The devil will always control him, for as long as he holds on to the money earned with impure methods. The only way to be free is to give it all away. Suddenly inspired, Joseph challenges the devil to a card game. Guess whose side luck is on? They play. The devil wins. Amidst countless taunts, he wins every single hand, getting drunker and drunker and laughing at the former soldier. Soon the devil is slurring his words, the violin slipping out of his grip. Joseph is almost out of money. He pretends to be careless, stupid, and he calls out, "I state the law!" He empties his pockets of his remaining money and tosses it all on the table. Once more, he loses, for a last time. The devil drunkenly laughs with triumph and raises his glass to Joseph's wealth. "I've won again!" He totters and tries to stand up, but he cannot manage and slumps back into the chair. Then his body sinks forward across the table. Joseph is finally free. He leans over the devil, pries the violin off his fingers, and begins a few bars of his enchanting music, she suddenly wakes and she starts to dance. At the end, the two lovers fall into each other's arms.
Thank you.